Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Benedicta Liska. I am a student of Sampurna University, majoring English Language Educations. Today, I will present my paper, which is entitled Investigating English Medium Instructions, EMI Practice, a study of first semester students. In this afternoon presentation, I'll cover 6 points, as you can see in the slides, including introduction, research questions, literature review, methodology, findings, discussions, and then conclusions. I'd like to share the background of this study first. I'll start with the EMI. It is a worldwide trend in higher education across the countries. Some studies say that this trend is a result of the development of international communications and globalizations. Therefore, in the context of Indonesia, the government encouraged higher educations to implement EMI in their institutions. Furthermore, as stated in the Jakarta Post 2015, through the Ministry of Research, Technology and Higher Education, the government announced that they were working on a bilingual curriculum that would include both Bahasa Indonesia and English. Despite the lack of particular multilingual curriculum, many higher education saw that ministry statement as an encouragement to set up their own EMI programs. And yes, several universities in Indonesia have applied EMI in their institutions. In addition, there have been many studies looking into how EMI is implemented and the challenges. However, in Indonesia context, there is still no research that reveals how EMI is applied, especially in the classroom in details. Based on the background mentioned previously, this study aimed to investigate the implementation of an EMI class taken by first-year students, along with the obstacles they face and strategy they use to overcome their difficulties. To achieve the research objective, these studies address three research questions. They are: how is EMI implemented in a course offered for first-year students? Second, what challenges do first-year students experience in the EMI classroom? And the last one, what strategies do first-year students apply to overcome the challenges? The next one is literature review. EMI, or English Medium Instructions, refers to the use of English language to teach academic subjects in countries or jurisdictions where the first language of the majority of the population is not English. In other words, in non-English speaking countries, English is used as the main language in teaching subjects other than English itself, such as science, mathematics, medicine, and geography. Some strategies employed by lecturers in ME classrooms, including interactive, student-centered teaching technique, share course goals in full English, give student-friendly lecture, and visual aids, give opportunity for students to speak, use native language or code switchings, provide office hour, and then provide rubric for students. Some studies show that various challenges were identified in ME classes, such as difficulty understanding new technical terms, difficulty understanding lecture language, hard to follow frequent and length code switching, difficult in listening, and then difficult to express themselves in the classroom. Furthermore, numerous studies show some student strategies in ME, such as asking questions, thinking creatively, using a dictionary, translating, and using visual aids. These present studies apply a case studies, one of the qualitative research designs. In this study, use a case study because it is appropriate for finding the answer to how research questions. The setting of the study was at a private international standard university in Jakarta that applies EMI. The participants were first year students in college algebra class. These participants were chosen because each student had different experience in learning to use English as a medium of instructions, and purposive sampling was used to choose the participants. For the data collection techniques, the study employed observation and interview. Due to the pandemic, the data was gathered through online observations and interview. All the sessions were done via online platforms such as Microsoft Teams. And then the instrument for the observation are checklists and notes observations. Meanwhile, the interview was applied to a semi-structured interview. The last one for the data analysis technique. This research applied pattern matching and coding to analyze the observations and interview data. So now we come to the findings and discussions for the research questions 1. How the implementation of English medium instruction in college algebra class. Based on observation data, the lecturer applies several strategies in the classroom, which is in line with Ohio State's EMI recommendations. The first strategies that teachers apply was the lecturer shared course goal with students in English. Therefore, the lecturer and students use English as their primary language in the lessons. The second strategy that the lecturer applied was give students friendly lecture with visual aids. And the third one, lecture strategies, is the lecturer gives students opportunity to speak in the class. However, the observation findings revealed that in the class it was lecturer who speak more than the students. However, the lecturer also allows students to talk in class, such as encouraging students' opinions or asking questions. And the fourth, it is sometimes the lecturer did code switching or using native language. The lecturers use native language to explain topic or emphasize some mathematics term. In the strategies turned out to help students understand the materials. These findings are similar to Chen's 2017 said that the teacher usually switch between English and their um, mother tongue to enhance student listening comprehensions. As a result, code switching aids lecture and students in improving teaching and learning. Then another strategy that the lecturer used was she provides a rubric for each graded assignments. The rubric is a guide for students and teachers to measure their work. It helps students see what is expected of the lecture, especially when the rubric is shared. The students can read it immediately so that they can understand it well because of their limited use of English, since the college algebra class is not a language class. The rubric is more focused on the content and student participations in each project or assignments rather than using language. So now our research questions 2 and research question 3, which are challenges students face along with their strategies. Student first challenge in college algebra is difficulty in learning new terminology, and for the strategies that students apply to overcome these challenges was review new terminology and complex material after class. The second challenge that students face during this class was difficulty understanding lecture full explanation in English. And for the strategies that students apply to overcome this challenge, they sometimes they translate difficult material into their mother tongue, so it will help the students to understand more about what the lecturer just explains to them. And then difficulty in expressing themselves free in the class. And for the strategies, they ask the lecturer or their classmate who more knowledgeable. Fourth difficulty was difficulty listening and writing simultaneously. For the strategies, they sometimes they take notes after the class and rewatch the class recordings. And the last challenges that students encounter in college algebra class was difficulty understanding examinations or practice question in full English. And as said by some students, they said that to overcome these difficulties, there sometimes are searching on the internet to review material or find how to complete the assignments. Okay, the next is conclusions. There are three highlighted points in this conclusion. First one, lecture use a variety of strategies, including visual aids, allowing students to speak in class, and explaining new words in the student's native language. Second, students encounter various challenges, such as difficulty understanding new terms and students not able to expressing themselves in the class. And the third point is students apply several strategies in the classroom, such as review new terminology and translating material into their mother tongue. I think that's all my presentations. Thank you for your kind attentions and good afternoon all.